I want to look at another quote here. This is from an economist, Murray N. Rothbard. He said,
Mhm.
if men were like ants, there would be no interest in human freedom. If individual men, like ants, were uniform, interchangeable, devoid of specific personality traits of their own, then who would care if they were free or not? Who indeed would care if they live or died? The glory of the human race is the uniqueness of each individual, the fact that every person, through though similar in many ways to others, possesses a completely individuated personality of his own. It is the fact of each person's uniqueness, the fact that no two people can be wholly interchangeable, that makes each and every person irreplaceable, and that makes us care whether he lives or dies, whether he is happy or oppressed. And finally, it is the fact that these unique personalities need freedom for their full development that constitutes one of the major arguments for a free society. So when you hear people say, I don't care about freedom, I just care about wealth maximization, I just care about having a high trust society, I care about getting high social status for myself, I just care about wealth, I just care about order. Why does freedom matter?
Well, first of all, let me say Rothbard is excellent. That's fantastic philosophy. I noticed his book was entitled Egalitarianism as a Revolt Against Nature. And that is trying to make everyone the same, like ants in an ant colony. And that is what they are trying to do. They're not trying to allow us our natural egalitarianism or equality under natural law. See, we're not equal or egalitarian in our abilities, in our characteristics as a being. Of course, everyone is different and should be different. And that's what makes the world go round, as the phrase says, our differences. But when it comes to our rights in nature, our natural rights, then we must all be equal. Everyone has exactly the same identical rights. Rights do not change for any individual. We all are imbued and are birthrighted. We are endowed by the creator of the universe with the natural rights that we have. So those don't change. Um, but what Rothbard is saying there, that if you take away someone's self-determination, if you take away their freedom, they can't grow as an individual. You are constraining human potential when you place limitations like government, like coercion and duress, etc., on it. The more violence that you interject in human society, which is what government always does, the more you are placing limitation on the abilities of the individual to act within their rights. So you can't have freedom of expression. You can't have freedom of self-determination of what you want to do with your life if government is basically continuously coercing you, and ultimately this boils down to what I call the law of freedom.